So, when did you join Girl Scouts?
I joined Girl Scouts. I didn't make it for a daisy, so I joined as a brownie, and that's like, I think first grade, I want to say. So I've been a Girl Scout ever since.
So, are you still technically enrolled as a Girl Scout, even though you're not?
Yeah, I'm an adult Girl Scout now, so no longer one of the junior, senior things, mold.
So, as an adult Girl Scout, I obviously, not being part of a particular troop, how do you participate in the organization?
I help out with like community service things. I also can go as like a camp counselor. I've like been an assistant on troop campouts and stuff for younger scouts because my troop is no longer an active troop. Mm-hmm. So we do things like that. I'm going to the 100 year of Girl Scouting celebration in Washington this summer. Oh. So that'll be fun.
Are you going by yourself or tagging along with the local troop that's going?
My mom and I are going, but we're joining one of the local troops or what have you because a lot of our friends are still in Girl Scouting, so we're going with them.
What age level is that troop?
They're all different age levels because our friends are leaders at those troops. So
I see.
Yep, they do all different levels.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about being able to participate in that big national 100-year gathering?
I'm so excited. I think it's going to be really cool. I went to Washington in 8th grade and I loved it, so I think it'll be even more exciting to see like a bunch of Girl Scouts down there and I don't know, rocking the mall, I think is what it's called. So yeah. It'll be cool to see like that many people celebrating Girl Scouts at once.
And the last time that you went to Washington, D.C., was that also with Girl Scouts?
No, that was with my school. But my mom and I are going to get to go together, which will be fun to go see everything with Girl Scouts.
So when we had spoken on the phone before, you had mentioned some experiences related to scouting. Yep. That you had particularly enjoyed. Tell me about Costa Rica.
So for our senior year, we sold a lot of Girl Scout cookies for all through high school and did a ton of fundraising and ended up fundraising a trip to Costa Rica that we paid for solely through a Girl Scout fundraisers, like the nut sales and cookies and stuff. And we went to Costa Rica for almost 2 weeks. I think it was like 11 days or something, and it was amazing. We went from coast to coast, and we did things like zip lining and horseback riding and like the mountains. It was absolutely amazing. And every like 2 nights we'd go to a different town or something, I think, and it was through EF Tours. It was unbelievable.
Now, was Costa Rica a place that you'd ever thought of going to prior to going to Girl Scouts?
Like going out of the country is kind of expensive, so I figured I probably wouldn't be able to ever travel outside the country for quite some time. And then through Girl Scouts, we looked at trips and stuff, and Costa Rica was just one of the ones that came up, and we started looking at all the people who'd done it and different tours that had gone through, and we were like, we need to go here. This looks amazing, and that's how we decided it. We looked through the pamphlet that EF sends you about the different tours, and Costa Rica had all these, it just showed all these different things you got to do. Like, we did kayaking under, around a volcano, which was really cool. The zip lining was definitely, for me, the biggest standout because it was, 3 football field long across these mountains where you couldn't even see the bottom. It was so high up, you were, literally in the clouds. It was unbelievable. And it's cool because, a lot of the people in our troop are girls that probably would never have gotten a chance to go to Costa Rica with any other, by any other means. And some of them had, fears of heights and stuff, and they all, overcame it to go do all this because we all wanted to do all the different activities together. It was just really cool how it brought us all together, and we were able to do that. Well, I know in the old books there was badges for things like ironing and stuff like that, and then how things have changed. This is my most recent vest, and there's backpacking now, which we went to Boston Harbor and hiked out on all those mountains and camped out there. We pitched tents, we cooked over a fire. We did all sorts of things out there. And then there's an archery. I'm now a certified archery instructor, and that was something that didn't used to be a thing. Then there's this was a badge about learning about investment and money and how to save and taxes and all that stuff. So those types of things weren't necessarily in the old books. And then these are just some of the places and things we've done, which so obviously we've done a lot. I have more. The thing is I actually have probably another vest worth of patches because we've done so much. But you like rock climbing. We went to a bunch of different gyms that are like the rock climbing gyms, and that was another thing that some of our friends were afraid of, like heights and stuff, and they overcame it because we all wanted to do it. It was something we all did together. We did hosteling too. We went to the Boston hostel, and we've actually gone there twice for different events in Boston, which was amazing. Yeah, we've done a lot of different things. A lot of camping. We liked all the outdoorsy stuff, so we did a lot of different camping, which I think in the past wasn't necessarily one of the things that they did a lot. But we liked the backpacking and hiking and camping and adventure stuff.
Mm-hmm. So obviously that was an amazing opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about being part of an organization that allows you to, it opens you up to experiences like that?
I absolutely love it. I think everyone should be a Girl Scout because it's just like you have so many opportunities to things that you never have. Well, I know I personally wouldn't have been able to do elsewise. We did those flying trapeze. I think that was when we were in junior, so we went to this place, I think it's called Tito's Flying Trapeze School or something, and we went up on those high things and like did flips and stuff and learned all the different things on how to do trapeze, which I would never do elsewise. Like, that was just amazing. It just like there's so many opportunities through it that I think people don't even realize that you can do.
So are there any other ways that you feel that your involvement in Girl Scouts has shaped your life and who you are?
I definitely think it's given me a lot of leadership skills. I've done a ton of things through Girl Scouts where I've had to be the head of something or I've had to take charge in something, and I'm now actually a resident assistant at my college, which you have to have a lot of leadership skills for, and I honestly would say that Girl Scouts is probably how I got there, just because I've done so many things. I've always had to, take on a leadership role, and I think that's really helped. There's a lady I know coming to the celebration in Fitchburg that is like the oldest living Girl Scout or what have you, and like obviously for her it's something like to be still a part of that at her age. It's amazing, and I think it's something that people really hold on to and like continue the legacy when they have kids. I know a lot of the girls in our troop, their mothers were Girl Scouts or their friends were Girl Scouts and they always wanted to be Girl Scouts. So, and I know when I have kids one day, I want my kids to be Girl Scouts. So it's kind of like a thing that you want to pass on from generation to generation. And I just think it's an amazing thing for kids to be a part of. My friends and I used to compete for earning patches, just because we're very competitive. So we used to like go and do all these different things. So that's why I have as many as I have. This is my brownie vest, and because I like earning patches so much, I also had a sash, and I would also wear both of them sometimes. With my uniform that I used to wear, I think our meetings were on Fridays, and I used to wear it to school all day till my meeting. A little blue shirt that goes underneath it, and I even had brownie scrunchie or the hat, so I used to interchange between both of them. This is the bags. They're so tiny. And then each of these is a different patch that you earn for doing whatever the patch has. Like there was a cookie one, which you had to learn about the way different cookies are made and how, like the health facts with them and all the different things like that. And then there was an outdoors patch where you had to identify different bugs and trees and things like that. And okay, so this patch is my manners patch. And the way my leaders had us earn this one is we had a spaghetti supper night, and our leaders did all these things that were terrible. Like I remember we had spaghetti first of all, and they would like we were like eating with their hands, and they were putting their elbows on the table, and what we had to do is identify what they were doing that was not polite, and they'd be like just reaching over people, and I remember it was so funny. We were all like, we were just dying. It was hysterical to see our leaders like shoving food in their faces or like talking with their hands over the food or just doing or like taking a bite out of the bread and then putting it back in the bucket. So it was really funny, and that was like one of the brownie badges that I remember the most actually. Oh, this is a funny story. So you can see this Christmas tree is upside down on this. We did tree decorating at Cocoa Keys Hotel. I forget what the name of it is. But they used to have a tree decorating contest, and we did it every single year. And most of the time they were pretty conventional trees, but we really wanted to mix it up. So we put our tree upside down, and we had one of our friends' dads was like a construction man, so he like built this whole thing so that I could stay upside down. And we had a magic tree, so we hung like magic hats, and we handmade every ornament. We did bunnies, and we did all sorts of things, and everyone was just like, they had never seen something like that before, and we ended up winning for our upside down Christmas tree that we did.